You wake up to the sound of a wooden cart rattling over the cobblestone street outside your small barrack-like room. The sound is familiar, almost routine, as the handlers bring in fresh gladiators and haul away the injured. Or worse, the defeated. Today's cartload looks particularly grim, a heavy reminder of the stakes you face. You take a deep breath, your chest tightening with a mix of dread and determination. Reluctantly, you swing your legs out of bed. Today is like any other. No time for breakfast. There's training to be done. You get straight to work, beginning with the ceremonial act of dressing. You open your modest chest of belongings, and there it is. Your alter ego, your armor, the guise of a Roman gladiator. For many in the crowd, you are the star attraction, a hero in the sand. For others, just another soul bound for the arena. The first layer is your sublegaculum, a loincloth. Practical, not glamorous, but it offers mobility. Next comes the protective gear, a padded tunic to absorb some of the blows from your opponents. It doesn't stop everything, but it's better than bare skin. You strap on your manica, a heavy leather arm guard. Its weight is familiar, almost comforting, like an old friend. Over that, you secure the greaves to protect your shins and thighs. Each buckle is tightened with care. You've seen too many fighters fall because of loose gear. Finally, you reach for your helmet. The faceplate, a polished grill of iron, reflects the pale morning light. You take a moment to steady yourself before sliding it on. Its vision is narrow, but its presence is powerful. In this helmet, you're not just yourself. You're a warrior, a showman, and sometimes an executioner. You grab your gladius, a short, deadly sword, and your scutum, the heavy rectangular shield. Both feel right in your hands, like extensions of your body. Fully equipped, you glance in the bronze mirror hanging on the wall. The man looking back at you is not the same one who woke up moments ago. You are ready. You step out of your quarters into the cool morning air of the Ludus, the gladiator training ground. The clang of swords and the grunts of men already sparring fill the air. You make your way toward the training yard, where a group of fellow fighters is warming up. The lanista, the head trainer, stands at the edge of the yard, barking orders and critiques. His voice booms like a war drum. Form, strength, survival. Your first task is a warm-up, though it feels more like punishment. Running laps in full armor, carrying your shield high, is exhausting. Sweat begins to pool beneath your helmet, dripping into your eyes. Your breath grows heavy, but you know better than to complain. The lanista has no sympathy for weakness. Only strength earns you a place in the arena. Next comes sparring. Your opponent is a hulking Thracian fighter, his curved Sika blade gleaming in the sun. You've faced him before. He's quick, but reckless. The lanista shouts, "Defend yourself," as the Thracian charges, his blade slicing toward your side. You brace your scutum and absorb the blow, then counter with a quick strike of your gladius. The training isn't about winning. It's about survival. Every sparring session is designed to mimic the chaos of the arena. Your partner's blade grazes your arm, and you hiss in pain. "Don't bleed here," the lanista sneers. "Save it for the crowd." You grit your teeth and push through, trading blows until he calls for a halt. The next exercise is the sandbag. A heavy swinging sack simulates the weight and momentum of an opponent. You strike it with your gladius over and over, perfecting your aim and footwork. The crowd doesn't cheer for sloppy strikes, the lanista yells. You focus, imagining the sandbag as an enemy. The day isn't just about brute force, it's about honing your craft. Gladiators often specialize in a single weapon. While your gladius is your mainstay, today you're handed a trident and net to train as a retiarius. The net feels awkward in your hands, and your first throw misses wildly, drawing laughter from the other trainees. You glare at them, then try again, this time tangling the sandbag perfectly. Better. the lanista mutters, barely impressed. By the time the sun begins to set, you're drenched in sweat, your arms ache, and your legs feel like they've been replaced with stone. But you've survived another day of training, and that's more than many can say. You sit on a bench, peeling off your helmet and letting the cool evening air wash over your face. The lanista walks past, clapping you on the shoulder. "Tomorrow you'll be fighting in the arena," he says, his tone casual, as if discussing the weather. "Prepare yourself." You nod, though your stomach churns. The roar of the crowd already echoes in your mind. The morning of the fight. The day begins early. You're woken by the shouts of handlers and the sound of caged animals growling nearby. The arena is alive before the sun even fully rises. You sit on the edge of your bed, staring at your gear, knowing that today may be your last. If I fall today, I am forgotten. Your name, your story, all lost to the sand. But if you win, you'll live another day, and maybe, just maybe, you'll carve out a legacy that lasts beyond the cheers of the crowd. Breakfast is light, bread and water. No mead, no feasting. You need your wits and strength. The lanista checks on each gladiator, offering a final word of advice, or a biting insult depending on his mood. When he reaches you, he says, "Keep the crowd entertained, or they'll demand your blood." The walk to the arena feels eternal. You and the other fighters march through a dim tunnel, the roar of the crowd growing louder with each step. The sunlight hits your face as you step into the arena, and the sound is deafening. Thousands of spectators cheer, chant, and jeer, their faces a blur in the massive amphitheater. The announcer's booming voice echoes across the arena. He introduces you with exaggerated flair, calling you the Lion of the Ludus, even though you're more of a house cat on most days. Your opponent steps into the sand, a heavily armored secutor wielding a sword and shield. His helmet glints menacingly in the sunlight. The fight begins with a clash. You circle each other, testing defenses. He lunges first, his blade slamming into your shield with a force that reverberates through your entire body. You dodge, countering with a strike of your own, but his shield blocks it easily. The crowd roars with every exchange. You can hear individual shouts, some cheering for you, others calling for your death. It's not just a fight, it's a performance. You need to survive and make it look good. Your opponent presses the attack, his strikes relentless. You backpedal, nearly tripping over a patch of loose sand. He swings low, aiming for your legs, but you leap back just in time. With a quick feint, you strike his unguarded side, your blade drawing blood. The crowd erupts in approval, chanting your name. But he's not done. He roars in anger, slamming his shield into your chest and knocking you to the ground. The wind rushes out of you as you land hard on your back. He raises his sword for the killing blow, but you roll away, grabbing a handful of sand and flinging it into his face. Blinded, he stumbles. You seize the moment, delivering a decisive blow to his leg, forcing him to his knees. The crowd is on its feet now, the noise almost unbearable. Life or death. The decision is no longer yours. You stand over your opponent, sword in hand, as he raises a trembling arm in surrender. Your eyes dart to the emperor, or in this case, a wealthy magistrate seated in the stands. He gestures to the crowd, seeking their will. The crowd chants wildly, "Kill, kill, you hesitate. The man before you is broken, defeated, but the crowd's bloodlust is insatiable." You raise your sword, feeling the weight of both the weapon and the decision. Finally, you bring it down, but into the sand beside your opponent. The magistrate scowls but spares your life, nodding begrudgingly. The crowd boos, disappointed in your mercy. But you know you've won something more valuable than their cheers. Another day to live.